Today we are proud and very, very privileged to have three guests. One is the hero of the hour, of the moment, which is Mr. Dhruv Kumar, who is the young man from Jalandhar who scored 98.4% in the class 12 CBSE exam. And we are also privileged to have his father, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, and we are also privileged to have Deepika Sood of Saksham, who was a great support and help and mentor for Dhruv during the last 4 to 5 years when he was moving from class 6 onwards. So welcome Dhruv, Deepika and Rajiv. आपका स्वागत है.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we'll be talking in Hindi and English. और एक और बात for the participants is that जैसे हम लोग हर event के बाद करते हैं कि हम लोग आपको कल feedback form भेजेंगे. Please fill it up and send it back to us because that gives us an idea as to how we can improve and what is the other kind of programs that we can have in the times to come. So this feedback is very, very important, and I would request all of you to please tomorrow when you get the feedback forms to please fill it up and send it in. So now we get moving. So Dhruv, 98.4%. तो एक तो आप जाहिर है कि आप बहुत खुश हैं, पर प्रश्न ये है, सवाल ये है कि आगे आप क्या करना चाहेंगे? 98.4% तो बैग में आ गया, अभी आगे क्या करेंगे आप?
Sir, मेरा dream from when I was 13-14, dream and interest I guess, दोनों ही मेरे ये थे कि I wanted to go for computer science. I wanted to develop software. So उसके लिए ही मैं अब next preparation, next studies, colleges, like next jobs, etc. whatever it is, उसके लिए continue करना चाहूँगा.
तो कोई ड्रीम संस्था है जहाँ पर आप जाना चाहेंगे?
Not as such. मुझे ज़्यादा मेरी प्रेफरेंस ये होगी कि मुझे कोई इंटरेस्टिंग वर्क मिले जिस फील्ड में मैं काम करना चाहता हूँ, जो जैसे प्राइमरीली मुझे बैक एंड डेवलपमेंट में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है. सो इन दैट फील्ड जो भी मेरे पास अवेलेबल होंगी, जो भी इंटरेस्टिंग वर्क मुझे देंगे, आई वुड लाइक टू गो देयर.
सो पहले कुछ ट्रेनिंग होगा, उसके बाद कुछ डिग्री मिलेगा, उसके बाद आप जाएंगे, राइट? अभी तुरंत जॉब तलाश नहीं कर रहे हैं?
No, of course not. First, I'm planning on doing my masters to start with at least. Either BCA, MCA or BTech and MTech. Afterwards, I'll see if I have to do a doctorate or if I have to go to a job directly. I'll see at that point.
So ये जो आपका जो आंखों का problem है, this problem with the eyes that you have, is this something that you've had from childhood or is this something that you developed with time?
Yes, basically, I was like 6-7 months year old. My parents tell me कि like I could see some shadows, like maybe some light, maybe some outlines or something. But I don't remember. मुझे कुछ भी idea नहीं है. So afterwards, when I was about 1 year old, they say that my eyesight was pretty much totally gone. So उसके बाद में अभी basically I've been blind since.
यानी कि आपको कुछ याद नहीं है कि आपने कभी कुछ देखा है?
No.
Okay. So let me ask your father, राजीव जी, आपको
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार. आपको कैसे महसूस हुआ कि आपका लड़का जो है ध्रुव देख नहीं पा रहा था? How did you get to know and what was आपका प्रतिक्रिया क्या था उस वक्त, और आप क्या सोचे कि इनका भविष्य क्या होगा उस वक्त?
सर ये तो काफी छोटा था, अभी 2-3 महीने का ही था. तो बेड पे जब था तो ये जब इसकी मदर बाहर से आती थी, मतलब इसके रूम में एंटर करती थी, तो ये देखता नहीं था. साउंड की वजह से ये देखता था कि ये कौन अंदर आया, और इसको पता चल जाता था कि आवाज से मदर जो है वो अंदर आई है. देखता नहीं था. तब हमें थोड़ा सा शक हुआ. फिर उसके बाद हम डॉक्टर्स के पास लेकर गए, मतलब सारे इंडिया में सब डॉक्टर्स के पास लेकर गए कि इसकी आईज वगैरह चेक करवाएं, क्योंकि बाहर भी धूप में जाता था तो सिर नीचे कर लेता था.
जी. तो आप जो माँ बाप थे उस वक्त, आप यू आर अ स्कूल टीचर राइट? आप दोनों स्कूल
Yes.
टीचर्स हैं राइट? आप दोनों?
हाँ जी।
तो जब आपको महसूस हुआ कि आपका जो बेटा है वो देख नहीं सकता है, व्हाट वाज योर रिएक्शन एंड व्हाट डिड यू थिंक फॉर द फ्यूचर एट दैट टाइम?
सर हमें तो बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब फील हुआ था, दुःख हुआ था और उससे ज़्यादा तो ये था कि इसका फ्यूचर जो है वो क्या होगा, कैसे आगे जाके क्या करेगा,
जी।
मतलब क्या बनेगा, क्या स्टडी करेगा, कैसे करेगा।
सो शुरुआत के दिनों में आपने क्या मीनिंग को एम्पावर करने के लिए या इनका इनका क्या कहते हैं जिंदगी पटरी पे लाने के लिए शुरुआत में आपने कुछ किया या आपने बस ऐसे ही छोड़
नहीं
दिया?
सर, नहीं सर हमने सर बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ा इसको।
जी
शुरुआत से हमने जालंधर में ढूँढना शुरू किया। पहले तो हमें ये पता था अमृतसर में और चंडीगढ़ में ब्लाइंड स्कूल है कोई।
जी
बाद
जी
में
जी।
पता चला कि जालंधर में भी एक ब्लाइंड स्कूल है,
हाँ।
तो हमने वहाँ 5 साल के बाद इसको ले जाना शुरू कर दिया। तो वहाँ पे एडमिशन इसकी करवाई 5 साल के बाद जब ऐज का हो गया, तो उसके बाद हम वहाँ ले जाना शुरू कर दिया। और घर में भी हम इसको मतलब नॉर्मल बच्चों को जैसे पढ़ाते हैं वैसे पढ़ाते रहे।
राइट
हमने इसको बिल्कुल नहीं मतलब छोड़ा, स्टार्टिंग से ही शुरू कर दिया था।
राइट।
यस सर।
So Dhruv, how was your early days in the blind school? What did you learn? आपने क्या सीखा वहाँ पर और कितने क्लास तक वहाँ पर थे आप ब्लाइंड स्कूल में?
Um, Basically, I think जो traditional curriculum रहता है, like Braille and learning computers, learning music, the general curriculum that is present everywhere mostly. वो मैंने उससे ही start किया from when I started there. कि starting में just learn basics, counting like जो nursery first second जो भी syllabus होता है, then Braille, music classes, learning how to use the computer, things.
तो ये आपने जालंधर के जो ब्लाइंड स्कूल है वहीं पर सीखना शुरू किया
हाँ जी, yes.
और उस वक्त आपके जहन में क्या था आपके फ्यूचर के बारे में?
Nothing honestly, क्योंकि like at that moment I wasn't really thinking much क्योंकि मैं वहाँ तक when I was 11-12 years old तब
जी
तक ही पढ़ा हूँ and before तो कोई खास आइडिया नहीं था। मुझे ये जरूर था कि जैसे I was interested in computers, I like to like experiment वहाँ पे हमारे जो computers होते थे उनके साथ। So maybe I would have thought कि उसके related मैं कुछ in the future करूँ, but at that point 10-11 years old, I didn't have any particular idea. I was just like जो मैं कर रहा हूँ उसको continue करके then we'll see.
तो सक्षम के साथ आपका टक्कर कैसे हुआ? हाउ डिड यू कनेक्ट विद सक्षम एंड व्हेन डिड यू कनेक्ट विद सक्षम?
Right. So when I used to study here in Rashtriya Vidyalaya, that is the name of the school.
जी
वहाँ पे alongside I studied music
राइट
from one Dr. Prem Sagar,
राइट
and his wife
जी
is Deepika ma'am.
जी
And when I used to go there, वो मुझे कहते होते थे always कि you should transition to the
या
mainstream,
राइट
कि you shouldn't be here.
या
And so like I studied from him for 1 or 2 years, about 1.5 years I think. And वो हमेशा मुझे like she used to encourage me कि like you are more capable, I suppose. So the they basically after my when I was like 12-13, they basically told me and my parents that like they'll take it in their hands now, like they'll be responsible, उनकी responsibility होगी कि उन्होंने मुझे transition कराना है. So uske when it was my seventh essentially, they went to this school called MGN Urban State. It's the school that I studied at. तो वो उनके principal sir के पास गए
जी
and she convinced him basically कि like he should be studying in your school because मैं पहला student था जो who was disabled essentially. And that was when my journey began with Saksham, pretty much like Deepika ma'am के through पहले शुरू हुई, फिर then I discovered all the other services that the organization offers.
So how old were you at that time? You said 11. You were 11 at that time. You? How old were you?
I think I was about 13.
13. So Deepika,
Yeah.
when you when Dhruv was coming to your house for learning music and so on, what did you see in him that that compelled you to kind of take up this whole responsibility of transitioning Dhruv from his traditional education that blind people have to the kind of education that he finally got? What did you see in him? I'm sure he was not the first person who was learning music from your husband. There would have been others
Yeah,
also,
no,
right?
not at all. Yeah, there were many other students coming,
So
but
what
he
was
was
special
usually,
about what was special about
yeah,
Dhruv which made you so
yeah.
passionate
First
about
of
it?
all, it was, yeah, it was not my responsibility. It was, I take it as a challenge. I said, he was very smart. When I used to talk to him, he used to be very smartly, he used to talk, and he used to know computer also a little bit. So he was good in computer also, typing and all.
Yeah.
So I thought, कि like smart भी है बच्चा और computer भी है, type कर रहा है अच्छा, तो ये she should be going to regular school. Why is in special school? Because in special schools we don't get as many exposures as we need, as the other children get.
Right.
So I forced him actually. I said, no, you have to go. So he said, okay, ठीक है, try करते हैं. So then we tried. Basically, he was smart also. His smartness really forced me to take this action. And when he used to come to our house, I used to talk to him. So his conversation with me, his other things, other skills really forced me कि यार इसको यहाँ से उठाओ और देखो अच्छा पब्लिक स्कूल में डालो, यहाँ पे इसका फ्यूचर नहीं, देखो I couldn't see any future visible.
So राजीव जी, जब आपके
Yes,
सामने
sir.
आपके सामने जो प्रस्ताव आ गया कि स्कूल बदलो और मेन स्ट्रीम स्कूल में डालो, तो आप क्या सोचे?
सर मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे से बताना चाहता हूँ। जब ये ब्लाइंड स्कूल में था, राष्ट्रीय अंध विद्यालय जालंधर में, तो हमारा पहले तो ड्रीम था कि किसी न किसी करके सागर सर के पास ये स्टूडेंट हो जाए, उनके साथ, उनके पास म्यूजिक टीचर जो सागर सर हैं, उनके पास इसकी म्यूजिक की प्रैक्टिस हो जाए, क्योंकि वो जालंधर में मतलब इस टाइम पे सबसे बढ़िया मतलब टीचर है म्यूजिक के।
जी।
तो हमने उनके पास पहुंच के रिक्वेस्ट की सर से, सर ने एक्सेप्ट कर ली, तो इसकी वो शुरू हो गई म्यूजिक की क्लासेस वगैरह। उसके बाद दीपिका मैडम, उन्होंने उनकी पारखी नज़र, उन्होंने देखा कि ये बच्चा उसमें कुछ अपने हिसाब से उन्होंने देखा कि इसमें कुछ है, तो दीपिका मैडम ने हमें कहा कि आप क्यों इसको यहाँ पे राष्ट्रीय अंध विद्यालय में क्यों रखा है ब्लाइंड स्कूल में, इसको आप मेन स्ट्रीम में लाओ। तो हम, ये बात हमारे सिर के ऊपर से निकल गई, हमने सोचा ये क्या मेन स्ट्रीम क्या होती है,
ये
तो हमने, हाँ जी, ये क्या है, हमें पता नहीं था, हमने रिस्पांस नहीं दिया इतना मैडम को
जी।
तो फिर थोड़े दिन के बाद फिर मैडम ने बोला आप यहाँ क्यों रखा आपने इसको, आप लेकर जाओ। फिर भी हमें पता ही नहीं था, मैडम कहते आप इसको किसी नॉर्मल स्कूल में डालो। तो राष्ट्रीय अंध विद्यालय जो वो सारे हॉस्टल भी है अंदर, वो सेफ है, सब तरफ से एक गेट है, बाहर से कोई अंदर आता नहीं, अंदर से जाता नहीं, हमें लगता था वहां पे सेफ है। तो शुरू में तो हमें ये लगा कि मैडम किसी दूसरे स्कूल में डलवा देंगे तो ये इसकी सेफ्टी का क्या होगा। तो फिर मैडम ने देखा कि ये तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे, उन्होंने फिर एक दिन बड़े मतलब मेरी वाइफ को भी बुलाया, ध्रुव की मम्मी को, तो उन्होंने बड़ी सख्ती से कहा, आप अब एक तरफ हो जाओ, आप कुछ नहीं करोगे, आपसे कुछ नहीं होगा, आप एक तरफ हो जाओ, ये बच्चा मेरा है, आपका इसके साथ कुछ नहीं है, मैं इसका करूंगी जो करना, अब आप कुछ नहीं करोगे, मुझे समझ आ गया। तो मैडम, हम थोड़ा धीरे हो गए और बात मैडम पे छोड़ दी। मैडम दूसरे दिन ही ऑटो लेकर, MGN स्कूल है यहाँ पे, प्राइवेट स्कूल है, टॉप मोस्ट स्कूल है यहाँ पे जालंधर में, वहां पे प्रिंसिपल सर से बात की। पहले दिन तो वो नहीं, इतना रिस्पांस अच्छा नहीं दिया, फिर दूसरे दिन सर भी गए, मैडम भी गए और इतना कन्विंस किया उनको, तो मैडम ने उनको टाइम भी दिया। इवन मैडम ये हमें कह रहे थे अगर वो सीधी तरह नहीं मानेंगे तो हम दूसरे तरीके से इसकी एडमिशन करवाएंगे। तो इतना हम तो सर मैडम का इतना एहसानमंद है
Please.
कि अगर कल को ध्रुव कुछ भी बनता है तो दीपिका मैडम की वजह से, इनका जो मान सम्मान है सब दीपिका मैडम को जाएगा, और सागर सर और दीपिका मैडम,
So
कल
दीपिका,
को कुछ भी बनता है।
हाँ, so दीपिका, आपने क्या किया
Yeah.
कि प्रिंसिपल मान लिया? Meaning initially you told me
No,
that the
you know
principal.
what?
हाँ,
It started somewhere in July, right? July
Right.
2013.
right.
No, 30, हाँ 30. तो अगस्त में मीटिंग हुआ, अक्टूबर में फिर मीटिंग. Every 2 months principal used to give us the date. तो
Right.
हम भी पहुंच जाते थे कि ठीक है डेट मिला है, कंप्यूटर लेके लैपटॉप लेके उनके टेबल पे खोल के बैठ जाओ, जो भी बोलेंगे डेमो दे देंगे. सो फाइनली अप्रैल 1 2014.
Yeah.
अब मतलब I mean like almost we had around 7 to 8 meetings before that.
Right.
So he said, okay, you come on April 1st or 2nd. It was somewhere like this.
Yeah.
So I reached there at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
He said, हम टेबल पे बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट एक दूसरे के बैठे हैं. He said, मुश्किल है ध्रुव को लेना. I said, sir, क्यों मुश्किल है? I said, he can write on his own. What is the problem? Where is the problem? There's no problem for writer because CBSE has already approved for writers. We don't have to take any permissions for that also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where is the blockage? He said, नहीं ये कर नहीं पाएगा. I said, okay, sir, you give me in writing. I need this statement in writing so that I should have some proof कि आपने no बोला. Then he said, I think he smiled. I could make out that he's smiling. He said, अच्छा ठीक है हम एक सेशन के लिए इसको ले लेते हैं. I said, ठीक है सर, आप एक सेशन के लिए लीजिएगा, let's see क्या होता है. That एक session reached to 12. So that is.
So Dhruv, ये आपका पहला सेशन क्या था? How was the first few months? What exactly were they watching? क्या देख रहे थे कि आपने क्या है? Meaning, what was your experience in the initial days in the school?
Well, firstly, when I joined, जब मैंने start किया, they took like proper entrance tests from me. They basically sat me down in a computer lab. I opened my computer, and उन्होंने कहा कि like we had tests for English, we had tests for science, and like proper starting में ये teachers ने tests लिए. Afterwards, in the first few months, I am not sure what they were observing. Only they know. But what I know is like, mera personally, I was okay. Like, I was just studying like everybody else. जो teachers कराते थे, I just used to be in the class and study. And I guess कि जो भी whatever they were looking for, maybe it was like academic ability, maybe it was like if we can actually properly manage everything. जो भी उनका था criteria, I guess I matched it because then they were like, okay, they didn't say anything. They didn't refuse me afterwards after my first session there. So I think, yeah, I probably like the capability to do improve academically rather than having previous skills, as well as कि मैं बाकी students के साथ कैसा manage कर रहा हूँ.
So teachers, were they friendly? Were they helpful, or they were just matter of fact?
Oh, no. Like pretty much most, if not all of the teachers were very helpful. Because like this has been a blessing of sorts. Ki basically from my 6th, even not 6th, in my previous school, I used to have really good teachers in my like Rashtriya Vidyalaya. And afterwards, when I came here, from 6 to 8, we had one set of teachers. From 9 to 10, we had another set. And +1, +2, of course, because streams changed, we had another set of teachers. And thankfully, I was like glad, lucky enough, I guess, to get really good teachers each session.
So what do you say when you say good teachers? How are they good? How are they helping you?
Well, firstly, of course, is like how they behave with everybody else, like in general, not about specifically about my particular proclivities, but how they were generally. Were they friendly with everybody? Did they take out time to help students, etc.? And with that, I think most of the teachers were glad. Like they sometimes you get the feeling that teachers actually want to teach. They're this is their passion. And that was my experience with most of the teachers. Like जो भी कोई students की queries होती थी, they used to take them. अगर कोई भी extra कुछ चाहिए होता था, extra assignments, extra work, like to help students understand better, they used to do that. And in my case, when I come to plus 1 plus 2, I'll tell you. But basically, my teachers were जो मुझे होता था कोई specific. I used to go to them after like after school ended sometimes. जब मुझे extra support की ज़रूरत होती थी academically, and they always used to help me out. Like they used to spend time, like take their time from their other duties, or even before, like instead of going home, they take their time to help me out with my studies. So academically, I think I could not have done better, essentially.
So आपके जो क्लास के जो notes थे, textbooks थे, were they all accessible or you had to kind of manage them on your own?
For textbooks, of course, there was Saksham in like, because some of the books were available from the NCERT website, which they were using, but the other books weren't, especially Hindi Punjabi specifically. I needed to get audiobooks for those at that time.
Yeah.
And for those, I reached out to Saksham, who were pretty like happy to help me. Essentially, they did me a huge favor and got me those books. For notes, I basically made them myself. Whatever the teacher used to say, like dictate to me, or whatever they used to write on the blackboard, I'd ask them to say that out loud as well. So I used to make notes as things went on.
On your laptop.
Right.
Okay, and so you use what, NVDA or you use JAWS?
I use NVDA.
Okay, and you find it comfortable?
Right. I learned with JAWS when I was in Russian Vidyalaya, because at that time NVIDIA wasn't very popular. This was back, I believe, 2008, 2010, the times of JAWS 7.0. And then I transitioned in, like when I got my own laptop, I studied using NVDA, and it's pretty useful. It's pretty easy to learn, I think, and like I don't really miss anything, especially now that we have OCR. We have a lot of different plugins and stuff like that we can use to add on functionality that might be missing in the core distribution. So
Hindi and Punjabi also is not a problem?
No, I didn't have any like vocalizer and stuff that people have now. I just used raw eSpeak for Hindi and Punjabi, which was fun, but it worked. It worked for my cases, and I just used those to write out and even read Hindi and Punjabi and give my exams and all.
So after once you joined this MGN public school, what was the kind of support you got from outside, from people like Deepika and Saksham and your parents? What was the kind of support you needed from them?
Well, when I initially joined in my 6th grade, my mobility skills weren't great. Like I wasn't really familiar with the building, I suppose. And so I remember my father used to basically drop me directly to the class and then come back after my school was done and take me home.
Yeah.
So initially it started like that. And otherwise from like Saksham, as I said, I got audiobooks. The books that weren't available, I got them converted. And any other, like basically if I needed to know how to use different software for different purposes, I used to reach out to one of the members of that organization and ask them. And in that sense, they were pretty useful, because like academic materials and how to actually use the particular device I have to learn from them or to utilize them is pretty much the most important thing you need when you're studying. So in that regard, they helped me out a lot.
So when did you start traveling to your school on your own? Did you ever travel on your own to the school, or always your dad was taking you?
Well, my right now, my father and me have schools very close to each other.
Oh, so you
Like
go
essentially,
together.
right? He has a school like 5 minutes away from mine. So
Okay.
basically, what he does, he takes me and then drops me, and then I go, and then he comes, like goes to his school. He usually drops me at like the entrance, and then I can just navigate to wherever I want to go.
Do you use a cane or you don't use a cane?
No, I don't use a cane.
Okay. So,
I for outdoor traveling I do. For indoor traveling I prefer to use like I have decent enough not echolocation exactly, but I have decent enough knowledge of the environment, even with traveling people, to
okay.
kind of navigate the hallways and the classes by without requiring a cane.
So, you talked about आपका जो academics के बारे में आपने बात किया, but what about the extracurricular activities and sports and things? Were you included in all that, or आप that was something which you were not interested in?
जब in my old school, Rashtriya Vidyalaya, we used to play like outdoor sports, sort of cricket and stuff. And when I moved here, I didn't really want to do that as such because it wasn't my thing. Okay, I'm more of a like I like to play with a few people usually, and here it was like a whole team, and I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So in that sense, in sports, not exactly, but I did have other co-curricular activities. As I said, मैंने music learn किया from also like from my old school as well as Dr. Prem Sagar. And I used like a lot of my school life here in MGN was music based.
Right.
Like that was one of my activities that they sort of utilized, like my talents, I suppose. And then when I moved onwards in my 8th, ninth, I got started getting interested in just say like debates and speeches and sort of rhetoric, basically stuff like that. So uske in English I started participating in like these language activities. Then I in my plus one plus two I was got started being interested in programming activities. So I went to competitions for web development and programming and things like that. So basically, a lot of my activities have been sort of this like cerebral cognitive kind. But I think that's more my personality rather than कि मेरा like any specific hurdles जो मेरे सामने आए हैं.
Did you find it very easy or difficult to make friends in your school?
It was like not very hard because well it was I in my first 2 3 years I wasn't very social in general. I didn't really talk to a lot of people. I talked to a few of them but not a lot. But after 8 my last 4 years in school, yes, I would say like it was okay. I found decent enough people who I could talk to जिनके साथ मैं like we could participate in things या कुछ like बात कर सकता था या whatever I wanted to do. In my last 4 years I found it like okay. I don't have a like a large group of friends, but again that's my preference. I like to work with people, very like-minded people, so that those are mostly who my friends are.
So during दीपिका जब ध्रुव स्कूल में था 6th standard में आपने उनको MGN में डाल दिया. So as an NGO working as a support organization for inclusive education, what were the things that you had to do to make sure that Dhruv was on track?
Yeah, one thing like in 6th standard they raised the question, we can leave science and maths. I said no, we should do, because he should be doing maths and science, because in the further in higher education without maths and science the logical thinking doesn't develop much. I can say that. So I said you can use tactile. So I spoke to these teachers and I told them, I said you can explain them with the tactile, because earlier at that time there were no tactile books available. Today we have tactile books for 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
But at that time there wasn't. So I told them to make you can use thread or some material which you can use for making tactile diagrams, and he should be doing maths and science.
Right. So did he need any kind of extra coaching at Saksham, or he was managing on his own?
No, coaching he was never required. He never asked for coaching, but only study materials. Or I think 2-3 times I went to his school to meet teachers. That was the support he had from Saksham basically.
So Dhruv, when did you actually start preparing for your board exams? कौन से क्लास से आपने एक्चुअली अपना फोकस मेन टारगेट जो बोर्ड एग्जाम के लिए कब शुरू किया आपने?
For this one, +2, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, what our teachers emphasized, this was what I was going to talk about when I said +1, +2. We had basically a great group of teachers, and उन्होंने पहले +1 में emphasize करना शुरू कर दिया था कि your final goal is going to be your +2 exams.
Correct.
So basically from then, जब हम study करते थे, we studied the +1 syllabus. I was actually interested in the subjects I picked. I was quite curious about how these work. So I remember it was September, October in my +1, and I was talking to my teachers, and I was asking them a few questions about my +2 exam, not exams, +2 syllabus essentially, because I kind of also dabbled in trying to study that, and they were kind of surprised, I guess, he's already started messing with experimenting with this stuff. So I'd say roughly in the middle of +1, I just explored, and then +2, generally because of in +2 I had to study, but mostly in my later few months, because from what our teachers did, basically that was enough. Mostly, they gave us tests and general other material to study and projects and everything. So the studying that I had to do myself, the amount of effort that I exclusively put in, was mostly in the last few months, 3-4 months or so, I suppose.
And वैसे आपका 10th standard में आपका marks क्या था?
I got 93.8.
93.8.
Right.
And what was your position in the school? 93.8. Were you first in the school, or there were people ahead of you?
No, definitely not. I believe the highest was about 98 point something. I don't quite remember. So I was above 90, in the group above 90. But the problem is there were about 20-25 students above 90, I believe.
Right.
So I was doing good, but I wasn't distinguished or such.
And in the 12th standard, what is your rank in the school?
I got second. I'm second.
How much did the person coming first get?
The person who came first got 99.
99. You were 98.4.
98.2.
98.2.
Right.
So आपके subjects क्या थे ये 12th standard में?
I took commerce. I took commerce with maths. The normal common subjects: accounts, economics, business studies, English, and computers and maths.
Computers and maths.
Right.
So now all these subjects have a lot of numbers and kind of some form of maths or the other.
Right.
And normally when you talk about a person with vision impairment, maths is seen a very tough territory.
Right.
So what were the kind of things that you use that help you do these, address these maths based subjects?
Well, different kind of subjects need, even though they are mathematical, they need different kind of methods, I suppose.
Yeah.
For accounts, primarily the focus is on formats. कि जो formats सही होने चाहिए, they should be made correctly. So for that, I use Microsoft Excel. कि उसमें I basically wrote out the headers and the values, and then formatted it, and then added it into Word as as an attached document or as an insert essentially.
Right.
So for accounts, I use that. In economics, it was basically there wasn't a lot of maths. It was mostly basic algebraic formulas. It wasn't anything very difficult.
Right.
So in economics, I use that. For maths, basically two things I use particularly. First was math type. For basically that allows you to use uh, basically there's a specification in LATEX that allows you to write out equations. So what math type allows you to do is it allows you to type that out in Word and then renders the equations into a graphic. Not exactly a graphic, but in a proper form, I would suppose. So that was the first resource I used. And secondly, I used Wikipedia a lot for studying alongside books because what you can do is you can transform the normal Wikipedia pages, which are usually inaccessible, into a more accessible sort of form. If you have your account, if you make an account and then select an option, you can make those equations be textual essentially. So I use that as reference material as well as for learning. So for these, I use these two resources.
So in your preparation, what was the kind of help you got from your school? What was the kind of help you got from your parents? And what was the help you got from any other source?
When I was preparing, my teachers used to give like tests to us. There is a strategy followed by MGN. After all the syllabus is finished, usually it's finished fairly early in October or early November.
Sorry, what? Come again? After
Sure.
your syllabus is finished?
Yeah, it is finished in either late October or early November.
Yeah.
So after that's done, what they do, they start a test series. Essentially, it's a test every day or 2 days that covers all of the things that we have done so far, broken up into chunks. So,
okay, so these are kind of practice tests.
Right.
Okay.
So like basically we might have a 20-mark question on 20 marks test rather on 1 or 2 chapters, and then they would separate out like a few chapters, maybe 1 or 2, and then they test us on each of them for each subject.
Right.
So that was what happened. Otherwise, I used to get like tests from teachers as well. If like there were any complicated questions or questions they thought were valuable, they might come in the exam or they were particularly difficult. Those questions the teachers used to give to me, and I'd solve them. And like I got a lot of help from my school in that sense. Um, from my parents, I've always tried to self-study because I believe that's a skill worth cultivating, and I should have that. So I tried not to bother them so much about like my studies. And otherwise, as I said, like books from section, even in plus, especially in plus one, plus two, because like scanning accounts books is kind of a big deal because there's a lot of tables and other things involved. So from section, I got all the books, and from my school, I got all the tests and other study material I required. That was most of the extent, I guess, that helped me prepare.
एक और चीज पूछना चाहूंगा, जब आप 6 से 12 तक जो स्कूल के अंदर जो आपके जो एग्जाम्स होते थे, वो एग्जाम्स आप कैसे लिखते थे? आप कंप्यूटर पे लिखते थे या स्क्राइब्स हुआ करता था?
मेरा 6 से ही मैं कंप्यूटर यूज करता था. आई न्यू हाउ टू टाइप. स्टार्टिंग में मुझे इंग्लिश की टाइपिंग आती थी, देन मैंने हिंदी और पंजाबी दोनों लर्न की. सो उसी पे मैंने कंप्यूटर ही यूज किया. आई यूज माय कंप्यूटर. मुझे एग्जाम डिक्टेट कराया जाता था, सो मैं एग्जाम पहले लिख लेता था. देन आई यूज्ड टू डू द एग्जाम और टीचर्स को मैं सेंड कर देता था, एंड दे गेट अ प्रिंट आउट एंड वो कंसर्न टीचर्स को प्रोवाइड करते थे.
और ये जो बोर्ड एग्जाम्स था 10th स्टैंडर्ड और 12वीं कक्षा का जो आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम्स था, वो आपने कैसे लिखा? आपने, बिकॉज सीबीएसई अलाउज स्टूडेंट्स टू यूज कंप्यूटर्स, did you use computers or did you need to use a scribe?
Right. So there's a story with that. In 10th, मैं चाहता था, my goal was kind of कि मैं computers use करूँ, but we like the CBSE kind of refused us early on. कि वो कह रहे थे कि no, like you should use a writer or whatever. So
what they said use a writer.
They recommended use a writer.
Okay.
In my 10th.
Okay.
So we had to go to their offices and try to get permission and things. उनके पास जाना पड़ा.
जी.
पंचकुला हमें जाना पड़ा. So वहाँ से permission ली. But in the end, I believe February में ही हमें letter आई थी, like a month before my exams, कि permission है कि I can use a laptop, I can use a computer.
You can use a computer.
Right.
Okay.
So मैंने उस साल कंप्यूटर के साथ किए, and even in +2 I used the computer to give my exams.
So you know, आपने शुरुआत के सालों में आपने blind school में सीखा, and you basically learned Braille as well as computers.
Right.
Did you find Braille useful? Did you need to use Braille while you were moving from class 6 to 12?
I don't think I've really ever used Braille in this school, not really. जहाँ तक मैंने की होगी वो just to read like books, not like my educational books, but books in general, जैसे novels, etc.
Right.
जब before I knew about ebooks, like before I knew like I could read on the computer, तो तब मैंने use की होगी Braille to study. But otherwise मुझे easier लगा कि notes जो बनाने हैं computer use करके बनाऊं and feed इस पे, and like I'm very fast on the computer with NVDA as compared to reading Braille.
Right.
So मैंने ये prefer किया कि I use my computer for all of the academic work. तो मुझे इतनी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी.
So let me ask your father, Rajiv ji.
Yes sir.
ध्रुव ने कहा कि ये आगे जाके ये क्या कहते हैं, he wants to be a software computer space में. तो
yes,
आपका व्यक्तिगत रूप से आपका और आपके वाइफ क्या सोचते हैं, ध्रुव कहाँ तक पहुंचेगा? अभी आपने 5th से लेके 12 तक आपने काफी परिवर्तन देखा है.
yes,
तो आपका अभी उम्मीद क्या है?
सर थोड़ा सा बोलता हूँ कि ये चमत्कार करेगा.
अच्छा.
हमें उम्मीद है ये जो भी करेगा बहुत बढ़िया करेगा.
राइट.
अच्छा करेगा. हाँ जी. तो हम तो इसके साथ ही हैं सर. जैसे जैसे ये जो करेगा इसके साथ हम देते रहेंगे. बाकी दीपिका मैडम का हमारे साथ जो साथ है तो वो तो उनके जरिए ये यहाँ तक पहुंचा है. मुझे थोड़ा सा सर जस्ट 2 मिनट के बोलूंगा.
जरूर.
सर जब इसका परमिशन नहीं मिल रहा था चंडीगढ़ से, तो दीपिका हम सागर सर के पास गए, दीपिका मैडम के पास. हमने कहा मैडम पूछ रहे थे कि परमिशन मिल गई. हमने कहा
किस चीज के लिए परमिशन?
एग्जाम्स के लिए.
लैपटॉप से. हाँ.
यस सर. तो मैडम इतने गुस्से में आ गए. वो कहते कैसे नहीं देते, वो क्यों नहीं देंगे, एक दिन वेट करो, नहीं तो मैं चंडीगढ़ वहां जाके धरना दे दूंगी उनके ऑफिस के बाद बैठ जाऊंगी.
राइट.
तो मैडम इतने गुस्से में थे, कहते आप इंतजार ज्यादा नहीं हम करेंगे तो मैं साथ चलूंगी, वहां बैठ जाऊंगी दरवाजे के बाहर. कैसे नहीं देंगे, अगर बच्चा कर सकता है तो क्यों नहीं परमिशन देते.
राइट.
तो फिर उसके बाद फिर लैपटॉप के साथ ही एग्जाम वगैरह देता रहा, 10th में भी और +2 में भी. तो बाकी हमारी सपोर्ट फुल है सर. इसके साथ ही हम पहले तो इसकी पहचान हमारे साथ ही है. हमारी पहचान जो है ना वो इसके साथ है.
अच्छा, पहले वो ध्रुव राजीव का बेटा था, अभी आप
ध्रुव के फादर हैं. यस सर. यस सर.
अक्सर ये होता है.
यस सर. यस सर. यस सर.
और आपके और भी बच्चे हैं या ध्रुव अकेला है?
सर एक ही है, यही ध्रुव है.
ओके. तो ये आपका नाम तो अभी तक तो रोशन किया है
सर. पोल स्टार एक ही है ना?
हाँ बिल्कुल. नाम भी ध्रुव.
यस सर. यस सर.
And you know, Deepika, you've been dealing with a lot of visually impaired students and children, both while you were in Delhi at NAB as well as while you were at Saksham, and you've seen Dhruv very closely. What do you think Dhruv's future is?
Deepika's audio is on mute. She'll have to unmute.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, please.
Did you hear my question?
Yeah, I heard your question.
Yeah.
His future is very bright. He's very confident, and I am also very confident that he was going to do very good in future. Yeah, because nowadays getting computer engineering, doing software engineering, it's not a problem now at all,
Right.
because everything is available on internet, in e-texts, accessible ebooks, mostly available in computers. So there's hardly study material is available. Dhruv knows how to run the machine. Then what is the problem? There is no problem. Nowhere problem is. There's hardly any problem.
Yeah, problem is normally in people's heads.
Exactly. That's it. But it will be very much clear.
Yeah.
He has the potential to clean up that problem.
Right.
And moreover, I want to tell you one thing. Dhruv hasn't told about. He was a head boy in +2 in his school.
Wow. So head boy Dhruv, ये आपको अपॉइंट किया जाता है या आपको इलेक्ट किया जाता है?
I was literary captain. There were interviews. They took all our interviews. जो भी candidates थे, and they chose from a pool of candidates. It's not like it's appointed. It's not by like
voting.
Automatically, not by voting.
So what do they quiz you on? And during the interview, what did they ask you?
So mine was related to like subjects and academics. They were mostly asking me what will you do to improve people's English speaking skills or skills in general, stuff like that. Like what will be your goal? What will be your strategies to achieve that sort of thing? That was my primary question. And then they asked me like generally, what kind of things do you read? Like they wanted to, I guess, confirm my credentials that I am worth being on this position. So they quizzed me about that. Mostly it was, the main question was what things that I can do to improve people's like general communication skills.
So as a head boy, आपको क्या करना पड़ा? What were your responsibilities as a head boy?
Primarily it was more academically oriented. I was literary captain, and like I had to give speeches if any guests were there for annual functions. I did a lot of like basically कुछ भी function होता था, कुछ भी event होता था. If there was any component involved about giving a speech or inviting guests or anything like that, I was there. Like that was my sort of involvement. वो manage करना था.
So your teachers, your principal, and your people who interviewed also asked you, what is your reading? What do you read?
Yes.
मैं भी जानना चाहूँगा आपके what type of books did you read? किस type के books आपने पढ़ा? And who's your favorite author?
I'd like to answer the second question first because honestly I cannot. जितने भी authors मैंने read किए, probably I've read about things from maybe 50 or so authors till now, and I can't really like say any specific author. Because all of them had. I can say that this person was better than another person, but I can't say there's the best person. Not really. As much as like my books get related, I usually prefer fiction, novels. I usually read science fiction and urban fantasy and general English novels of this sort.
Yeah.
So I've read a lot of things in that category. So मुझे इसमें interest था, and yeah, I still like to read a lot. I remember I used to use QRead, and that's a software that allows you to read basically open a lot of different kind of books and read them. And I remember I probably had once upon a time I had 700-800 files that like the books that I've read. I had about that in 2015, 2016, and I've kept up with my reading. So yeah, I'd say my love of reading is kind of
how important Dhruv is reading?
For me, reading has sometimes जैसे books say something that you associate with a lot, क्योंकि वो कुछ कह जाते हैं कि that exactly describe your life. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
तो उस सेंस में मुझे बहुत यूजफुल रीडिंग लगती है एंड ऑल्सो आपको न्यू एवेन्यूज एक्सप्लोर करने को मिलते हैं यू कैन गेट इनटू राइटर्स हेड्स कि उन्होंने किस व्यू पॉइंट से ये चीज लिखी है लाइक हाउ व्हाई दे हैव रिटन दिस हाउ लाइक you get to know the other person kind of through their writing and also like when kai bari hota hai ki your life isn't going well so in that like in those times reading can be a refuge कि आप उससे थोड़ा रिलैक्स हो जाते हो थोड़ा you calm yourself you take stock so उसके लिए भी मुझे reading I'd say is very important personally for me it has been a core part of my life.
So, Dhruv, I want to ask you one last question before we open the floor to for the other participants to ask you questions.
Right.
See, you have just finished your 12th standard exam. आपको 98.2% marks मिला है. So you are a role model for many, and you have gone through this experience. तो हमारे जब हमने अनाउंस किया था कि आप हमारे गेस्ट होंगे आज, तो कई पेरेंट्स और कई ऐसे वॉलंटियर्स हैं अलग अलग शहरों में जो विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड और ब्लाइंड बच्चों को मदद करते हैं, उनको पढ़ाई में सपोर्ट करते हैं. All of them were interested in listening to you. So some of them are on the Zoom just now. Some of them are kind of logged on to Facebook and they are listening to you just now. So if you were to tell them, and there are a lot of young visually impaired children also who are kind of listening to you both on Zoom as well as on Facebook, and many of them tomorrow when we put it up on YouTube, many more will be actually listening to you. So if you were to give them maybe 5 tips, 5 important tips that will help them not only to overcome the examination well, but also moving on confidently in life, what would those 5 most important things be?
Sure. ये both parents and students के लिए मैं कहूँगा. Firstly, learn your tools. जो भी आपको learn your technology, learn how to travel around, learn जो भी आपको to live a good life essentially whatever you need to know how to use your tools to properly live your life क्योंकि बहुत बारी होता है कि we are kind of unintentionally हम कुछ नहीं कर पाते because या तो हमें अपने tools का नहीं पता होता या हमें use करने नहीं आते. So learn those tools, it's very important. Secondly, for students who are like usually younger students in school, learn to have dreams. कि जैसे यूजुअली होता है कि कोई पाथ होती है कि लाइक you can do music or you can go in therapy or stuff like that जो generally well trodden paths होती है. अगर तो if this is interesting for you then okay, if this is not interesting then if you have something else you want to do then figure out how to do it क्योंकि otherwise like hollow life जीने का कोई खास फायदा नहीं है. Thirdly, learn how to get help. जो भी आपके पास institutions हैं, जो भी other places हैं who you can reach out to, जो आपको who can improve like your life, जो आपको teach कर सकते हैं कुछ ना कुछ, उनको आप try to reach out to those institutions, try to learn about them so that some things you don't know कि ये भी possible चीजें हैं, ये आपको उसके through learn होंगी. Then fourth, again for the students, make friends. In my first 3 years, I didn't really do that because मुझे idea नहीं था कि कैसे करना है, क्या करना है. There's a lot of like I was quite asocial because I didn't know how to talk to people properly. But it's not even if you have a small like maybe you have 2-3 friends, that's fine. But you need to know people क्योंकि otherwise you stay within yourself and both from like a professional perspective as well as a personal perspective दोनों के लिए ये नहीं like it doesn't work. You have to kind of learn those social skills and also it helps like you can learn how to share, you can learn how to actually fix your problems with the help of others and not just have the world on your own shoulders essentially. And the last step and what is most important I would like to say is, like, this is my message all along in all of these tips would be learn how to live. क्योंकि होता है disability can be well disabling, but it doesn't have to be. It's on you कि जैसे there are some things that are totally impossible to do, but there are a lot less of those things than we think. We sometimes think we aren't capable of doing this, we aren't capable of doing that. No, there's like, if I've become whatever like I've done today, I have done despite of my disability.
Right.
And you can also, whichever dreams you have, whatever you want to do, there's no reason you can't do that. So learn to live your life, actually follow your dreams, do whatever you actually want to do. That would be what I'd say.
Well said, Dhruv. बहुत बढ़िया आपने कहा. Our questions, listener, before the audience asks you questions, I also want to share इस साल के जो 12वीं कक्षा का जो एग्जाम है, मंगलोर से एक गरीब परिवार से, there were 3 boys, Jitesh, Jeevan and Jayesh. They were triplets. 3 लोग एक साथ, they were triplets, twins नहीं, 3 लोग थे ये, और तीनों को 90% से ऊपर मिला है ये CBSE एग्जाम. और ये लोग बिल्कुल गरीब बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं. उनके मदर जो है वो किसी फैक्ट्री में बीड़ी बनाती थी. बीड़ी, she used to roll BDs. I also read today about a boy in Bangalore who passed out of Bishop Cotton School, who got 3 of his 5 subjects, he's got 100%.
Wow.
CI, this is not CBSE, but this is Central CIHSE board. So he's again, I read an interview with him in the paper. Then I believe in Ghaziabad there's a girl called Sanya who's got 95 or 96%. तो कई ऐसे दृष्टिबाधित बच्चे हैं जो बहुत ही उम्दा प्रदर्शन किया है ये CBSE exams में. And we also know of people like Beno Zafin, who is a blind girl from Chennai, who is now an IFS officer, Indian Foreign Service में है. She served in Paris, and at this point of time she is in Delhi. Then there is Pranjal from Bombay, Pranjal Patil, who is an IAS officer. She was serving, she's from the Kerala cadre. She's right now one of the SDMs in Delhi. तो कई ऐसे दृष्टिबाधित लड़के हैं जो अपने सामने जो बाधा है उसको कठिन परिश्रम and with discipline and great effort they have actually overcome and achieved. So I believe the field is open. जिंदगी कठिन है, पर अगर आप जिंदगी से जूझने के लिए तैयार है तो आप सक्सेस हो सकते हैं. ये कहने के साथ साथ let's open the floor for questions.